Okay, so thank you for being on my episode of Who's That Girl from Roxbury, and I am here with the director of Sea Lion Cow. It
The
is
producer.
the producer, sorry, the
No, I
producer
get.
of the film Sea Lion Cow, and it is a great short film. It's wonderfully made. When I started, I literally felt like crying. I really didn't know what to expect from this, but
Thank
I don't
you.
know. The music was beautiful. It was kind of like folky. It was kind of
Yeah.
haunting.
Oh,
So
thank.
now, so now, what? How did you come up? How did you get involved with the film?
So, myself, our director of the film, our cinematographer, and our production design team, we were all on like a grueling 5-day commercial shoot the week before.
Mhm.
And on the Friday, the last day of our shoot, we went into overtime and missed the deadline to return all this incredible camera gear that we had.
Mhm.
And so as we wrapped, our director and our cinematographer had a wild idea to come up with something to shoot the next day. And so we called up a friend, Gideon, who stars in the film. And within about less than 24 hours, we kind of came up with a concept and were fully in production and then shooting. So it was like a very fast-paced thing, but yeah, it was kind of like a serendipitous opportunity that I couldn't say no to. And I think everyone else kind of felt the same. And especially now, it being at Tribeca, we're very grateful that we all said yes.
So now, who produced the music? Like, who turned the words into that production, that music production?
Yeah.
Because it was so beautifully done.
Thank you. Yeah, it's so Gideon, who you see sing it,
Mhm.
he is just like incredible creative human being who does he tours the world going into people's houses and puts on these shows. And he had met someone doing this who had hosted him at a house show,
Mhm.
and they stayed in touch. And then he sent about 15 years ago, sent Gideon a recording of his 4-year-old daughter singing this bizarre song on the way to preschool, and was like, this is so strange. I can't believe these lyrics are coming out of a 4-year-old's mouth. And
Wow.
Gideon absolutely loved it. It became his ringtone for years. He started performing it in his house shows with her permission. And he ended up just recording it and putting it on Spotify years ago. So it wasn't necessarily like composed for this film. It was kind of just we took that song that Gideon had been performing. We thought it was so interesting and
Mhm.
beautiful. And so that's kind of how it came to be.
I really like the way that like you transition and then the subway turns into like this botanical garden type of
Yeah.
thing. I really thought that was I don't know what I thought I was gonna expect, but I was like really, really touched by this movie. It just seemed like it turned into like I don't know, in my mind, kind of like a little Chronicles of Narnia, like you went through a door and then you were in this on the subway and you were in this botanical garden. Like,
Yeah.
how did you come? How who came up with that like transition concept for that? Like,
Yeah, I mean, Ivan, our director, had always wanted to shoot on the subway, had
mhm,
always kind of had this idea in the back of his mind of kind of creating this beautiful garden
mhm,
on the subway. So that had kind of been in his back pocket for a little bit. He didn't really know, it wasn't super well baked, so he didn't really know what, the logistics, what this would actually look like. So we kind
mhm.
of our production design team are incredible, and we kind of gave them this idea, and they said, "No problem, we'll figure it out."
Okay,
So,
so
and then like the transition, I
mhm,
think Ivan and Gideon are very passionate about just art in general, and also kind of breaking this norm we have now of this like clickbait. Things have to happen very quickly online. So we really liked the idea of having some sort of film that was very patient, and there was like a reward for staying through the first half of it. And so that's
right,
kind of how we decided to just film Gideon walking in and singing at first, getting people's reactions, and then all of a sudden it turns. And
yeah.
yeah, it feels pretty quintessential New York that this is a huge botanical garden on the subway, and people kind of aren't batting an eye much at it.
It was great. So now, where do you see this film going? Are you looking at like Oscar? Are you looking at more film festivals? Where do you see this
Yeah.
film going?
We're definitely looking at more film festivals.
Mhm.
Honestly, Tribeca feels like the most incredible fit just because it is New York based. So
Right,
definitely looking at other New York festivals, but definitely not limiting ourselves to that. And yeah, honestly, we're very open to seeing where it takes us right now. We thought we might just release this on Instagram, and
right.
we got some feedback from some filmmaker friends before we released it to do festivals, and it's kind of had this little moment, which we've been so happy and proud of. So we don't have like a super specific timeline. We see where this is going. We're just kind of taking every opportunity that comes our way and seeing how we can make the most out of it.
I have a feeling you're gonna win so many awards for this film.
Thank you. I
I
appreciate it.
really do. I just have a feeling you're gonna win so many awards, and I feel like I'm so glad I'm interviewing you now, because somehow, some way, this is gonna be big, and I'm gonna be like, wow, like
Oh, thank you.
I
That's really kind. I appreciate
didn't
it.
it. So now, if anybody wants to watch this film, how would they have access to watch this film, Sea Lion Cow?
Um, uh, Tentatively right now, yeah, not able to watch it
Oh, okay.
unless they're making the screenings tonight and
Mhm.
tomorrow. But I would say the best way to follow along is to follow Cash Studios on Instagram, and updates will be posted there for when it's out.
Okay. All right. So there you have it. Thank you so much for the
Yeah.
interview. And thanks for taking the time out to do this with me. I really appreciate it. I'm always like so humbled that I get to meet all these amazing people in the arts. So thank you so much for doing this for me. I really appreciate the movie, and I really believe in what you're doing. It was really great. It's a
Amazing.
really
Thank
great
you so
film.
much. I appreciate it.
All right. So if anybody wants to follow you, where can they find you? What's your Instagram or?
My Instagram is _ Maggie Roberts _ And yeah, lots of my film producing updates go up there. So
All right. Well, thank you, Maggie, so much. And yeah, thank you all for watching, and have a great day. It's going to be a great day here at the Tribeca Film Festival. And this is actually my last day. So yeah,
yeah.
a lot is running around. So thank you for taking the time with me.
Yeah, thank you so much for having me.
All right. Have a good day.
You too.